everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Beam. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess. My co-host Jeffrey Beaver is still away, but he wanted me to tell you hello, and he hopes to be back with us again soon. So, hi, Jeffrey. Here on Beyond the Beam, we talk about all things laser engraving. We both have xTool lasers. Jeffrey has a D1, I think it's a 10 watt, and I have an S1, a 20 watt. And what we do on this show is we share tools and tricks that we know, tips and tricks that we have come across. We talk about laser safety, and the really fun part is taking you into our laser beds and showing you projects as we make them live here on the show. Today, I am not in my husband's workshop. I am in my craft studio. It was stormy earlier, but as you can see from the window behind me, the sun is out. But we lost power. It's back now, and we're having surges. And I don't want to subject that very expensive piece of equipment to power surges. So we are going to just be here in the studio. Before I get too deep in, I do want to let you know that next Monday, we are not going to be here. I have an appointment that I made some time ago that I need to take care of. So there will be no Beyond the Beam next Monday, but fear not, we will be back the following week, and we'll be making some really cute project. So today, since I'm not in the workshop with the blazer, I thought I would take this time and just share with you some projects that we have made, that I've made. Either I've made them with you through the show, or I have just made them, and show you just how much fun having a laser can be. So this very first item that I made, I made it for my husband, who is a retired pilot. I think y'all have heard me say that. Shout out to all the pilots out there. He was not commercial. And this is what I made him, an airplane. It was the very first project I made with my laser. And I absolutely love it. I was going to paint it, but he decided that he did not want it painted. And the little propeller turns, and it just sits on his desk, on his shelf, and it's just the coolest thing. So I guess you could say I could make toys, because this could easily be a cute toy for a kid who loves airplanes, a young boy who loves airplane, or a young girl, because there are female pilots out there. Shout out to all the female pilots, because we just had International Women's Day last week. So yeah, but I made this cute airplane, and every time I hold it, I want to go. But anyway, yeah. So that was my very first project, and cutting it was the easy part. Putting it together was the nightmarish part. So really proud of that. So after the airplane, I think the next thing I made, and what y'all keep me making, and I appreciate it, are bookmarks. And so I know that this one was my very first design. It's sort of like the little lotus flower up here. And I did one for my husband. There we go. And so I can engrave names. And y'all have loved, I think this is such a special gift, especially if you have a student. And that's not just in school, that's that people are putting them in their Bibles, they're putting them in their devotionals, they're putting them in their notebooks. I have them all over the place. And it's really special when they ask me if I can engrave a name there. And so, like, this one is his. He doesn't know I have it. I just went in his room and got stuff. So, but yeah. And then I did that design. I love books because I love books. I am a total book nerd. And then I did this design, Books Are Life. hmm And then last month, I did this cute design with a heart. And right here is where I would put the name. And I think I have another one up here. Yes. So somebody asked me if I could do turtle. She's a nurse, and so I did the turtle bookmark and I engraved names there. So all of these have a place to engrave names, and I just have fun with these, and I make a lot of these. So thank y'all so much for that. Let's see. Got quite a few things over here. I didn't realize I made this much stuff. So I like to have motivational things around. And so I made these. Sometimes you forget how awesome you are. This is your reminder. And it's just a pocket token. You know, you can put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, sit it on your desk. And when you're having one of those days where life is lifing or you don't feel appreciated, then these are just really cool. And so I've been making these, and just, you know, they've been selling really well. They're on my website and they've been selling really well. The bookmarks are too. And I just put them in this cute little bag, and it makes a cute little gift. I also have one, but I don't have one available right now, that I slip in sympathy cards that I send out, because I'm a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. So greeting cards are that's my jam. That's what I do. It's what I love. And all kind of stationery needs. And so it is a bereavement or sympathy token. And it says a pocket hug on the front with a heart. And then on the back says something and I'm paraphrasing, because someone we love is in heaven, then there's a little piece of heaven in our home. And so when I send out sympathy cards, I always slip one of those inside the sympathy card. So, yeah. So then we graduated to our Lord's Prayer crosses. Let me get this out of this bag, because sometimes the bags have glares. And it warms my heart that y'all have been loving these crosses. And just shows you different things that you can do with the laser. And so this is the entire Lord's Prayer on this, and you can hang it on your wall. Got a little hook there, a little hole there, or you can put it on a stand. I had a lady put it in a shadow box, and so that's really cool. So I started off with the small size, and then I had someone who needed a specific size, and so then I went medium, and so that's the small, that's the medium, and then I have one that's large, and these are on my website and it's right under my name, MissCraftPrincessDesigns.com. But you all continue to love these, continue to gift these to people that are in your life who you want to share the gift of the Lord's Prayer with. I think that is so important. I'm going to slip that back in there while my mind is on it. And I was making up some more product, because I have an event tomorrow, a women's conference. And so I wanted to make sure that I showcase some of my laser projects. So I made these Lord's Prayer crosses, and all of this stuff I'm showing you, I did with my laser. Okay. So I made these tissue box covers in here, and I've shown y'all these before, different designs. Look at that. So just a neat way to dress up your tissue boxes. You know, they just slip on. You got a plain box of tissue sitting in your house, and you go, I want to dress that up. How can I do that? Well, in comes Miss Craft Princess. Just slide that in, and look how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look better sitting on your counter? And so I've made these. They're all over our house, and I'm going to take these to the event that I have and future events. And these are going to go to somebody's house and dress them up. But isn't that neat? I just, again, I made with the laser. This is wood, you know, so you don't have to worry about it doing anything, disintegrating or anything. And the beautiful, so that laser is a cutter and engraver. So it engraved my wood first. Look at that beautiful pattern that's in there. Can you see that? And then it cut it. And then I just brought it up here, put it together, and I glue so that they don't slip apart. Okay. So this is sturdy. It's glued with super glue, and it's not going anywhere. So these are a couple of other things that I made with the laser, and just had a good time doing it. So let me push this over there. So then cutting boards. So cutting boards are just a really big deal. I work with realtors, and I do cutting boards, and I engrave the cutting boards, and I engrave coasters, wood coasters for a few of our local realtors, and that's just a special gift. I love having my name on stuff, and a lot of people do too. There's a difference. You get something and it's just generic versus when it has your name on it, because then that says, you know what, that was for you. And it's just it's an amazing feeling. I love it, and I know that other people do, especially if you have a name that you don't see everywhere else, then you really appreciate it. So I had a few of these, and I just get blanks from different places. And so these are some I'm going to take with me. This says home, where family gathers, friends meet, and roots grow. Isn't that pretty? And I love packaging. Packaging is everything. And so these cuties are packaged for gift giving. And so that's what that one says. And then I was down there just engraving. I love engraving. It's something about engraving wood. It's just, if you've been watching this show for a little while, you know that wood is my favorite material. I've played with some acrylic, and I like it too, but wood is just my all-time favorite. So then I did this one, Home Sweet Home. And so, somebody that is, buying a new home, they just bought a new home, you're looking for a housewarming gift, that is cute. Then I'm just still engraving. I love this one. I think I'm going to have to do one of these for our home. Give us this day our daily bread. And then I engraved a loaf of bread. And that's from Matthew 6, chapter 11 verse. And that's the thing. You can put anything on this that you want to put. And then I did it on this board. Give us this day our daily bread. And I love this. I started to engrave a loaf of bread here, but I left it without the bread because, Some people like it just simpler. And so these are some cute little cutting boards that I engraved. And oh, don't let me forget this. Last week when we were together, I made jewelry. Remember that? And I'm wearing the earrings. I have loved these earrings. I've been wearing them. And so let me take one of them off so that you can get a closer look. And y'all have loved this. People have been watching the previous episode, and I've gotten orders, and I'm shipping today and will continue to ship. So you saw me cut those earrings, and I have a pendant, but I'm not wearing the pendant today. And I just decided I had some beads, so I just decided to add those. And so I'm doing that when I ship them out, adding those beads. Isn't that just a beautiful? I am so in love with that. So in love with that. Didn't take long. And I did that on my laser. Look at that. So we're going to pop that back in my ear so I don't lose it. But so it's just so many different things you can do with the laser. And I think some lasers handle things better than others. I don't have this, but I can laser plaque plates or trophy plates. And I just did an order and delivered it Friday for a sweet lady. I did 9 plaque plates. And so I don't have one here to show you, but what that told me is not only can I do the plaque plates, but I could also do like a name tag. And so I think like I have some name tags already, but why not? So I think I might make me one. It's gold to black. And so that was the first time that I played with that, but it cut like butter. And so that's another material that I've learned that my machine can handle with no problem at all. Now, big cutting boards. I've done them for like wedding gifts, with the couple's name and everything, but engraving recipes. And this is a recipe for Granny sugar cookies. Not my granny, but I did this for a customer, and I did a separate one so that I could show and got permission from her to share her granny's sugar cookie recipe. And so those make wonderful, wonderful gifts. And I'm going to take this with me just to show people what I can do. But imagine how precious that is to have your loved ones a favorite recipe of theirs. I guess especially if they're gone, but even if they're here, right? But to gift it out to different family members, that is so special. That's what happened with the lady who hired me to do this recipe. And I did several, and she sent them out during the holiday time as gifts to various family members. And I'm going to tell you, knowing that I was able to provide her with that super special gift just gives me just a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. And so that is something that you can do, even if you're doing home decor. Now, let me show you this. I am taking this tomorrow to my event that I told y'all about, but I am definitely making one of these for our household. I have the Lord's Prayer cross. I have a large one that is hanging in our home. And so not only am I able to make items to sell to others to beautify their homes, but I am able to make items that beautify our home as well. Like I told you, these beautiful tissue boxes, right? I have them all over our house because we have tissue all over our house. And I just thought, why not do something and try to make it, just try to beautify it. And so that's what I'm always looking, trying to see. And that does two things. It beautifies my home, but it also gives me an opportunity to practice and learn new things. And that is always, the goal, right? So, oh, thank you so much. I just saw your message, Sandy. Thank you so much. I'm glad. So, this one right here, I am so in love with it. I don't know where I found the blank. I'm just going to tell you now. But I bought two wherever I was because I'm always out looking and I'll see a blank and go, oh, let me get that. I bet I can engrave that. And so I need to figure out where I got the blank so I can go and buy some more. But when I saw the surface, I knew that I had to put something special on it. And so this is what I did just yesterday, y'all. Look at this. Is that not beautiful? I just love it. And I can see it hanging in our house. But I'm going to offer this one tomorrow at my event to go to someone else's home. But it says, when you pray, God listens. When you listen, God speaks. When you believe, God works. And I'm telling y'all that it was a different kind of wood because every wood is different. I think I've told y'all that on a previous episode that every wood is different. And so you kind of have to play with it. Because I only have two of these, I didn't have a test board. So, but I looked at the settings that I used for some other wood and I prayed really hard and I went for it and it came out perfect in my opinion. So that is it. And so now I have those settings saved and I know what to do for my next one. I don't know. Like I said, I've got to look for some more of these because I just absolutely love them. If you have some ideas, if you're watching this and you have some ideas of where I can find some blanks, let me know in the comments because I really want to get some more. But I just, I'm really proud of that, the spacing and everything. So, yeah, so that is, having a laser is just so much fun. And mine is a diode, and so is Jeffrey's. But they have fiber lasers out there. They have CO2 lasers out there. And so they cut different thicknesses and can probably handle some materials that mine can't. I haven't even tested the full limit of my laser yet. But I plan to. I bought some cork and I want to try engraving on cork. I have not done that. So maybe we'll do that when we get back together. I do have a test piece that I can play with and dial the settings just right so that I know what to do. And I don't know what I would put on them, but I just want to kind of play with some cork now. I mean, why not? I've been doing my research and I know that my particular laser will handle cork. And so I want to do that. I've been playing with tile. There's slate that I've been playing. Well, I haven't played with slate yet. And I can actually engrave on metal. And I haven't tried that yet either. But the sky's the limit, and I hope that's what you get out of this. I appreciate, and I'm going to say for Jeffrey too, he does also, the fact that you all tune in and join us. We're here every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which is Jeffrey's time zone. And we just love sharing our love of laser engraving and cutting with you. It has just truly been a blessing. Thank you so much for joining us. We won't be here next week, but I'll see you the week after, okay? Until next time, bye.